Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're going to talk about the 5 primary articulations that directors across the world use. So let's talk about just the basic note. In every note there is an attack, there's tone, and then there's a release. The way you articulate the attack determines whether if you get more of a tonguey sound or maybe a smooth sound. The tone is what you're shooting for. That's the money right there. And you should get some kind of syllable, like vowel syllable, like ah or ooh or something of that nature. Oh. And then the release. How do you release that? That adds a lot to the style. So is it with a T or is it an O or an ah? In this video, we're going to clear all of that up. Now, this is a concept that really all musicians should know, but it's specific to brass and woodwinds because it deals with the articulation of the mouth. Now I want you to imagine here, we have 4 regular quarter notes on a staff. How do you articulate these? Well, we're going to use a method that has worked for several directors throughout the ages, and although these work, please understand that there are different ways you can do things based upon your experience and your training. This is what works for me. Now, for normal quarter notes, you want to go ahead and give it length. So we're going to use the da articulation, making sure that we have a nice ah aspect to the syllable. The tongue is not too tough and you get a quality, solid pitch. Next, we have the tenuto articulation. Tenuto means to play a note full value. Now we want to keep this not too aggressive, so we want to use a do articulation, D-O-O or D-U. This less aggressive articulation makes it easier to play full value. Next, we have the accent, or as some people call it, the short accent. In this situation, we're going to have an attack and decay throughout the note. Think of this as trying to emulate a bell tone. In this situation, the performer would use a TAH, ta attack. Next, we have what I call, lovingly, the rooftop accent. In this articulation, you will have a T-A-H-T, tot. There will be some slight use of tongue, and there may even be a little slight separation of the note. And finally, we have the staccato articulation. In this situation, we're going to use a D-A-H-T, dot. Now, think about the attack, tone, and release. It doesn't call for a really tonguey sound. All staccato actually means is to keep a note short and separated. And this articulation using dot gives you a nice quality tone without getting too tonguey. So let's recap. We have a normal note, which would often be played with a da, D-A-H. We have a tenuto marking, which would give us a do, D-O-O or D-U. We would have the short accent, which would be a ta, with the attack, tone, and release. A little shorter, we have the rooftop accent, which would be a tot, T-A-H-T. And finally, we would have the staccato articulation, which would give you a dot, D-A-H-T, giving you that short end separation with a good quality tone. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. We'll see you next time.